Hi everyone, this is daveac and this is my vblog 157 for Friday the 22nd of July 2011, and it's red, green and blue planets, podcasting, Doctor Who and wine. Lots of things to talk about, but I'll start off with the podcasting. Just to say that since I did my last show, Lewis Trapani of Doctor Who podshock.net, has started a series of live calls on his other podcast, Hitchhiker's Guide to British Sci-Fi. He also, of course, does the Sonic News Driver, but I'm talking specifically about the Hitchhiker's Guide to British Sci-Fi. Now, up until this day, Lewis has never done any live shows. That's where you can actually come on air while it's being recorded and talk. He's done that with Podshock, but not with this. But because Series 4 of Torchwood is now airing, and although it's airing both in the States and other countries and the UK, it's still part of UK science fiction. Still got a lot of the British team involved with that, and obviously parts of it were filmed in Cardiff as well. So what Lewis is doing is on the Sundays, and this is at Sunday 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, on a new talk show ID for you to remember, and this is quite a long one. It's 110825 for the next 9 weeks now. The first one's gone, but for the 10 weeks of Torchwood there will be a live show, as I said, at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and he will be following Torchwood Series 4 as it goes on UK release. So the Sunday that's just gone, that was Sunday the 17th of July, and I was helping him as a co-host, and we had Mark Goodacre there as well, making a great contribution. We only discussed episode 1 of the UK version of the programme. So this coming Sunday, that's the 24th of July, Hitchhiker's Guide to British Sci-Fi, 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we'll be talking about episode 2 of Torchwood, and hopefully I'll be helping Lewis with that, so please try and join us. The Cotton Collective, well, what we did last Sunday is that we covered both episodes 1 and 2 of Torchwood. That again was on Sunday the 17th. That's of course at our time of 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But we're going to hold off there. Now, we're still undecided about halfway through the Torchwood run whether we will have a show dedicated to how the series is going, or we may in actual fact put up a shortened topic in about 3 or 4 weeks, so that we can do sort of half the programme on Torchwood midterm report and then on to that topic. But we will most certainly be going and covering Torchwood as the series ends in, as I say, 8 or 9 weeks, depending which country you're in. So look out for that. Our talk show ID, of course, Cotton Collective 54821. We also put up midweek another of our commentaries. Remember, we are on series 4 of Doctor Who with Donna Noble as the companion. And we put up on Wednesday episode 3, Planet of the Ood. That is also now up on the feeds and available on iTunes. Now, this Sunday, which of course is again the 24th of July, we're doing something slightly different. We're going to be doing about an American sitcom program called The Big Bang Theory. But it's full of science and science fiction-y geeks, and I hope I'm not doing people a disservice, but a lot of the people who follow Doctor Who and Torchwood are the sort of people that will probably follow and check out that show. So we're doing a review, The Big Bang Theory. So hope you will join us for that. Okay, I want to just mention one other programme as well. And I'm going to be talking about my final little bit about Planet of the Spiders, this Doctor Who DVD. And again, I just want to mention Robert Carri's King's Doctor Who review today. just to say that he did his review with Graham, the second Doctor, and I joined them for some of the show, and that's on his TalkShoe feed of 22756. And it's also up on iTunes, and that was a review. Well, they do all the monthly updates and bits about Doctor Who figures that are being released and new DVD releases, but then it was a review of Planet of the Spiders. So I hope you will give that a check out. What a talking. Well, I said it's about red, green and blue planets. Well, the blue planet, of course, is referring to the blue crystal from Metebelis 3, which is the planet that features in Doctor Who, Planet of the Spiders. And the green planet is actually a hint about the wine I'm going to be doing at the end. But I did see quite a few little bits of stuff on the BBC Science and Environment blog that I like to go and look at. This is www.bbc.co.uk/news, and then it's /science_and_environment. Two news items there. One is, well, it's not really about a planet because it's talking about Pluto. Most people that grew up at school anything more than about 10-15 years ago will think of Pluto as the 9th planet of our solar system. But just a year or two ago, it was downgraded from not being a planet to being a sort of planetoid. Well, up to recently, there was its companion Chiron, I think it's pronounced, and there was another little small moon with it. But now there was another one called Hydra. Well, there's a new moon being discovered. So let me just briefly tell you, at the moment, there is Pluto, Chiron, Hydra, Nix, and now a new moon that has been identified by the Hubble telescope. So that means that Pluto now has 4 other bodies circling along with it. So that is quite a nice discovery. So I'm always interested in things like that, and I did tweet about it earlier in the week. My Twitter name, of course, is daveac. But the other little bit of science news, and this has just come on the feed, that they're talking about the latest mission that's going to be to Mars, and this is talking about the next rover mission to Mars. It will launch from Florida in November, and the actual buggy that they're sending down this time is going to be as big as a Mini, and it's going to go into one of the deepest craters on the Mars, that, of course, the red planet we're talking about now, on Mars, because they're hoping to see more layers of the rock and different structures of Mars. So, as I said, red, green and blue planets on today's podcast. So check that out. Again, BBC, www.bbc.co.uk/news/science and environment. Okay, well, let me go back to Doctor Who. Planet of the Spiders, I haven't quite finished it yet, but I've watched enough of it to say it's a highly recommended DVD. There's an awful lot of stuff on it, which is one of the reasons why I haven't got to the end. But I'm just going to show you one more final clip, and then we'll close the book on Planet of the Spiders. And we're going to risk moving the camera, and we're in the middle of the story. We're at this retreat where supposedly these people are learning to chant and get peace of mind. But developments with a giant spider that has materialized in the cellar have affected a man called Lipton. And this man, Lipton, the Doctor and Captain Yates are waiting to talk to him to find out just what's going on, because this man, Lipton, has stolen the blue Metebelis crystal. Volume was a little low, I'm afraid, so let's hope it plays without a jerk.
This is ridiculous. What is that?
play.
Cellar. Not cellar. No, I tell you, mister, in the cellar.
I think he's trying to tell you something important.
It always is.
Ah, there you are. I'm sorry, I can't find Lupton anywhere.
Lupton!
Not in his room, he's not meditating. He's probably gone from here.
Lupton in the cellar.
What?
Sir James Smith, in the cellar.
Where is this son of mine?
Hey, mister. Tell him. Tommy, good.
Just have a little bit more of this.
Doctor! Mike! Doctor, come quickly!
Get out of my way. Sarah, get off that gondola!
And Sarah Jane Smith is transported to Metabelis 3, which looks a little bit like the Grand Canyon in the background, doesn't it? Eh? Shades of the Impossible Astronaut, one thinks. Okay, let's stop it there and carry on. Doing this again quite late in the evening. I seem to have been so busy, and we're already 11.5 minutes. A couple of quick things I wanted to mention about news and tech. First of all, if you're interested in Comic Con San Diego, 21st to 24th of July, that's still ongoing. You can find that via Google search. And also, if you're into Apple Mac PCs, just to remind you that Mac OS 10, 10.7 is now available. It has been available from the 20th, but they're doing it as a download update only. They're not putting it out on media. It's something that you download. Not quite sure of the price, but I'm sure all the Mac users out there are already pretty well genned up on that. So at 12 minutes, I haven't got far enough into the book that I was talking about, but I will be hopefully doing it about the sci-fi book I'm reading next week. So we're going to go, and we're skipping the music, although in actual fact, the BBC proms I just switched off earlier, loving that. Remember, it's available on the radio, BBC 3 usually, which is not region locked, so you can catch some of the, I think, 80 proms this summer that runs into September. Oh, excuse me. So, what have we got? We've got the wine. Well, the wine is the Green Planet, or in actual case, the Greener Planet Wine.co. And the wine is a Cabernet Sauvignon, Vin d'Orc, France, 2010. Greener Planet wine. And let's see if that's in focus. Freeze the frame. Move it down. Now, this is the thing. This bottle is a 1 litre bottle. Usually you get 750 millilitres in a wine. And let me see. I can show you it. It's a squeezy bottle. Yes, it's not made of glass. And that's the greener thing about it. It is a plastic bottle. But I'll tell you what, I didn't half have trouble getting this top off. The old man that I am, I had to bring an old device that I've got in the house. This is really for taking tops of things like bottle jars of pickled onions and things like that. When it's really sealed on. I actually had to use that round the bottle top to break the seal on this cap. So that's the wine, Greener Planet wine, a French Cabernet Sauvignon, Pays d'Orc, and I've got some poured out, as you would expect. And I poured myself a slightly more generous amount out now because it's 9:15 in the evening, and I think as though I don't need to just have a little sip, I can have a good old glug. Let's have a sniff. This actually not an awful lot on the nose. Certainly not as much fruit as I would have expected. it's just a general sort of, well, I've mentioned this before, this general farmyard mustiness, this sort of forest floor sort of smell, which it's more pleasant than that might sound. I'll have to have a drink. Now the fruit's coming through. I have another taste. Well, first, the good news. And the good news is there's something I can't taste. And the something I can't taste is I can't taste plastic. It's not affecting the taste. I'm getting no hint of plastic from this particular bottle. So that's good news. I'm getting that fruitiness. I'm getting a little bit of tannins coming through. Not particularly a long finish, but it's very much on the style of, as I mentioned this before, if you were going to a restaurant and say, can I have a glass of your house red? They give you a choice between, Cabernet Sauvignon, maybe a Merlot, or maybe a Shiraz. This is a perfectly adequate red wine to drink with a reasonably priced meal. The wine itself, by the way, I think was £5.80, which is probably between $8 and $9. And but of course, the other thing to remember is you're getting a full litre here, not 750 millilitres. So in that case, it's a bargain. If it was the equivalent volume of a bottle, that would probably bring the price down to £5 at most, $8. So actually, that's a pretty good bargain. Let me just, excuse me, to lean over. Yeah, the old man's using all the help he can get. This 1 litre PET bottle contains 33% more wine than the standard 75 litre bottle. That's 2 full glasses more. Woohoo! Yet it just weighs just 50 grams, so it takes so much less energy to produce and transport this than an ordinary glass bottle. And it says here, Cabernet Sauvignon, unoaked so that the black currant and brambly notes shine through. It's from the sustainably farmed vineyards of Languedoc, Roussillon, where the wine has been made for over 2,000 years. That's the Languedoc region of mid to southern France. So, actually, quite pleasant. Nothing to shout about, but for the price, and you get a litre, and it's going down nicely. One last taste. I'll have a bit more when we've finished. Okay, that's Dave AC saying catch you next week. Hope you're having a nice week. And if you're really, really having a very hot summer in the United States where the temperatures are hitting 100, I do feel sorry for you. But here, we've had about 3 sunny days all summer. It's been freezing. This is one of the few days I'm going to jump on. So I am very sorry because those heat waves are actually becoming quite serious. So I do hope that you get relief from that soon. And from that, catch you later. Bye, everyone.